All right, so we're diving deep today into this legal situation that's brewing in the music world.
Yeah, a real showdown going on right now.
Yeah, so we got Drake on one side.
Drake squaring off against Universal Music Group.
And it seems like this whole thing has taken like
a real twist.
A real twist.
Yeah, some unexpected turns for sure.
So like everybody's talking about this right now. Drake is asking to see Kendrick Lamar's contract. Like what is going on there?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely raising eyebrows, right? Like, why would Drake be so interested in seeing another artist contract in the middle of his own lawsuit?
Right, like it's not like a casual thing to ask for?
No, not at all. It makes you think he must believe there's something in there, something in Kendrick's deal that could help his own case against UMG.
Like some kind of smoking gun or something?
Maybe he thinks Kendrick's contract reveals something about how UMG treats its artists, or maybe there's something about the compensation structure that's relevant to his claims.
So you're saying like Drake is like maybe thinking that there are these like inconsistencies in how UMG handles different artists?
Yeah, it's possible, right? He could be looking for a pattern of behavior that supports his arguments.
Okay, so then UMG's reaction has been pretty interesting too, right? They're basically trying to shut down this whole process of like digging up information. They're asking the judge to halt discovery.
Yeah, they're definitely not happy about this request. I mean, think about it from their perspective. They're a huge company. They have all these confidential agreements. And Drake is basically asking to peek behind the curtain.
And they're like, no.
Exactly. They're saying this is way too broad. These are highly sensitive documents, and letting this information out could damage their business.
It's like their trade secrets or something.
Right. It's like their playbook, and they don't want their competitors to know how they operate.
Okay, and so this isn't just about Kendrick Lamar's contract either, right? Drake is also asking for like internal UMG stuff like executive pay and things like that.
Oh yeah, he's going for it. He wants to see those executive compensation details, particularly the annual incentive plans for John Janik, who's the CEO of Interscope Records.
Okay, so Interscope is under the UMG umbrella.
Yeah, one of their big labels.
So Drake's not just going after like the artist contracts, he's looking at the big wigs too.
Yeah, he's digging into the financial incentives at the very top. Like, how are these executives getting rewarded? What are their goals? What are they being paid to do?
It makes you wonder what that has to do with Drake's lawsuit, though.
Right, that's probably what UMG is arguing. They're saying this is totally irrelevant, it's just a fishing expedition, and it's an invasion of their privacy.
Okay, so basically UMG is saying, like, back off, this is none of your business.
Pretty much. But Drake's lawyer, Michael Gottlieb, isn't backing down. He's actually accusing UMG of trying to hide something.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Yeah, Gottlieb said it's unsurprising that UMG wants to avoid discovery, and he called their motion a ploy to delay producing documents and communications that UMG hopes to keep hidden and buried.
So he's saying UMG is being shady.
Yeah, he's basically saying, if you've got nothing to hide, why are you fighting so hard to keep this information secret?
Like, what are you trying to cover up?
Exactly. It puts UMG in a tough spot because their resistance to discovery could make them look suspicious, even if they have legitimate reasons for wanting to keep things confidential.
And remember this whole thing with the contracts and the executive pay that all came after UMG had already tried to get the entire lawsuit dismissed.
Oh yeah, they went big right out of the gate. They wanted the judge to throw out Drake's whole case with prejudice.
With prejudice, meaning?
Meaning Drake couldn't sue them again over the same issues. It would be game over.
So they were really trying to shut this down completely.
Absolutely. And their reasoning was, well, interesting to say the least.
Okay, so tell me, what was their argument for wanting the lawsuit dismissed?
So basically, UMG claimed that Drake is only suing because he lost a rap battle.
A rap battle?
Yeah, they're painting this picture of Drake as someone who's just trying to salve his wounds after a public defeat.
Like they're saying he's just being a sore loser.
Kind of. They even called Drake's complaint utterly without merit.
Wow, so they're really going after him personally.
Yeah, it's a bold move. They're basically trying to discredit Drake and undermine his entire lawsuit by making it seem like it's all about ego and not about any real legal issues.
Okay, so Drake's lawyer was probably not thrilled about that.
No, he was not. Gottlieb fired back and accused UMG of trying to distract everyone from the real issue. He said they're trying to divert attention from the simple truth a greedy company is finally being held responsible for profiting from dangerous misinformation that has already resulted in multiple acts of violence.
So he's completely flipping the script. He's saying this isn't about some petty rap battle. This is about corporate responsibility and potentially dangerous content.
Exactly. He's framing this as a much bigger issue than just Drake versus UMG. He's saying this is about how UMG conducts its business and the potential harm that can result.
And he's confident that they're going to win.
Yeah, he said the case will move forward and it'll expose UMG's long history of endangering and abusing its artists.
So he's saying there's a pattern of bad behavior here.
That's what he's suggesting.
So where do things stand now with all this legal back and forth?
Well, the judge had already ruled against UMG's attempt to delay the pretrial hearing, so that's still scheduled for April 2nd.
Okay, so the case is moving forward.
Yeah, and the judge also said that discovery can proceed despite UMG's objections.
So Drake's team is going to get to dig into those documents?
As of right now, yes, unless the judge changes her mind based on UMG's latest motion to halt discovery.
Okay, so this whole thing is like a huge mess. Drake wants these super secret documents. UMG is doing everything they can to keep them under wraps.
Yeah, it's a real standoff, and it really highlights the power dynamics in the music industry.
It's like Drake versus this giant corporation.
Right, and the outcome could have major implications for other artists.
Okay, so let's just take a step back for a second and think about this. What could Drake possibly be hoping to find in Kendrick Lamar's contract?
Right, that's the million-dollar question.
What's so important about that specific contract?
Well, we can only speculate, but it could be a lot of things. It could be about the royalty rates, how much Kendrick gets paid for his music.
Okay, so maybe Drake thinks Kendrick is getting a better deal than he is?
It's possible. Or it could be about creative control. Maybe Kendrick has more say in his music than Drake does.
Okay, so Drake's thinking maybe UMG gives different artists different levels of control.
Yeah, and if Drake can show that there's a pattern of UMG treating some artists better than others, that could help his case.
Okay, so the contract could be like evidence of some kind of unfair treatment.
Exactly. And then there's the executive compensation details. What's Drake hoping to find there?
Right, why is he so interested in how much the UMG execs are making?
Maybe he thinks their pay structure reveals something about the company's priorities. Like, if they're heavily incentivized to boost profits, maybe that explains why they're allegedly mistreating artists.
So it's all about the money.
Potentially. And UMG's resistance to all this is telling, too. It shows just how much they value secrecy and how much they don't want this information getting out.
Like they're scared of what Drake might find?
Maybe. They're definitely trying to protect their business interests and avoid setting a precedent that could empower other artists to make similar demands.
So this isn't just about Drake and Kendrick, it's about the whole music industry.
Yeah, if Drake wins this, could have ripple effects. It could change the balance of power between artists and labels.
It's like a David and Goliath situation.
Yeah, in a way, Drake is challenging the status quo and trying to hold a powerful corporation accountable.
So for you listening, this isn't just some celebrity gossip. This is about real issues that affect a lot of people.
Absolutely. This is about artists' rights, fair compensation, transparency, and the potential dangers of unchecked corporate power.
It's about control and who has it.
Exactly. And it'll be fascinating to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, keep an eye on this one, folks. It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be huge.